A sudden roar split the early morning sky over southern Israel as dozens of Fatch 360 missiles streaked from eastern trajectories, leaving incandescent trails against the pale dawn. The quiet desert around Nevatim Airbase shattered with sequential detonations, each impact throwing clouds of smoke and debris hundreds of meters into the air. Concrete hangars buckled under precise strikes, and advanced stealth fighters, the pride of Israel's Air Force, erupted in columns of flame. Radar stations transmitted frantic signals, yet interception systems struggled to respond to the sheer density and speed of the barrage. Overhead, the first rays of sunlight glinted off twisted metal and scorched tarmac, casting a stark contrast between the base's modern infrastructure and the chaos consuming it. The air carried a metallic tang, punctuated by intermittent secondary explosions as fuel depots and munitions ignited. Military sirens wailed across surrounding communities, while command centers initiated emergency protocols and scrambled reconnaissance drones to assess damage. According to multiple sources, at least 12 F-35 jets were rendered inoperative, their loss representing the largest single setback for Israel's stealth fleet in decades. This was not simply an airstrike, it was a decisive statement on the vulnerability of previously secure military assets. According to Iranian state media, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, executed the strike in the early hours using their long-range Fath 360 precision missiles. Iranian officials stated the operation targeted Nevatim Airbase due to its concentration of high-value F-35 stealth aircraft, which Iran claims threaten regional balance. Military spokesmen emphasized the strike's dual purpose: physically incapacitating key assets and signaling strategic capability to neighboring adversaries. Analysts noted that the missiles were reportedly launched in coordinated waves, each time to overwhelm air defense systems, which aligns with Iran's prior statements regarding asymmetric warfare capabilities. Tehran described the strike as a defensive measure, asserting it demonstrated the ability to deter further Israeli operations in contested airspace. According to Iranian officials, the success of this operation reinforces claims of the Fatch 360's precision and lethality, projecting power beyond Iran's immediate borders. Iranian state outlets framed the event as a turning point, suggesting that regional adversaries could no longer rely on technological superiority as a shield. But the story quickly became far more complicated. Before we break down Israel's response and the strategic implications of this strike, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest dramatic developments shaping global geopolitics. According to Israeli authorities, the air defense network at Nevatim Airbase engaged multiple incoming missiles but faced unprecedented saturation, limiting intercept success. Officials stated that Iron Dome batteries, supplemented by David's Sling and Patriot missile systems, were deployed to mitigate damage, yet the sheer volume and speed of the Fatch 360 rounds rendered some intercept attempts ineffective. Israeli spokesmen emphasized that many of the destroyed aircraft were in hangars undergoing routine maintenance, making them particularly vulnerable. U.S. media reported that satellite imagery confirmed extensive damage to runways, maintenance bays, and auxiliary infrastructure, complicating operational recovery. Analysts explained that stealth fighters, while highly advanced, rely on dense support logistics. Their immobilization disrupts sortie generation and air defense coverage across the southern front. Israeli military sources noted that rapid engineering units are attempting damage assessment and temporary runway restoration, though full operational capacity could take weeks. Diplomatic sources suggested Israel was also consulting with NATO allies to evaluate potential retaliatory measures, including counterstrikes or cyber operations targeting Iranian missile command and control. Between these narratives lies a complex reality that analysts are still working to understand. Nevatim Airbase holds a pivotal role in Israel's air strategy, serving as the primary hub for its F-35 fleet, which constitutes the backbone of stealth-enabled strike capability. These aircraft conduct high-altitude reconnaissance, precision targeting, and rapid response missions across contested zones in the Middle East. Their deployment allows Israel to monitor and, if necessary, neutralize threats hundreds of kilometers beyond its borders. Attacking Nevatim directly compromises the Air Force's ability to maintain deterrent posture, projecting vulnerability that could influence strategic calculations in both Tehran and Washington. Beyond aircraft, the base contains fuel storage, munitions, and electronic warfare facilities, all critical for sustained combat operations. The loss of operational jets reduces air superiority, complicates coordination with allied assets, and constrains Israel's rapid response to regional incidents. Analysts noted that precision strikes of this magnitude signal both capability and intent. Iran demonstrates that its long-range missiles can bypass traditional layered defenses, challenging assumptions of invulnerability. The message was clear. Nevatim's strike served as a strategic warning. Israel's most advanced air assets are no longer beyond reach. The immediate military consequence is a significant reduction in operational sorties, with Israeli authorities projecting a temporary 30–40% decrease in stealth missions over critical zones. That reduction forces reliance on older F-16 and F-15 aircraft, increasing vulnerability to air defenses and limiting reconnaissance coverage. Regional governments, including Jordan and Egypt, expressed urgent concern over potential spillover, deploying additional border patrols and alerting air traffic control for civil aviation safety. That spike in regional alert status has consequences far beyond immediate borders, affecting civilian mobility and energy transportation routes. Global markets responded swiftly. Brent crude prices surged 3.7%, and the Israeli shekel weakened against the dollar, reflecting investor anxiety over Middle East stability. Analysts noted that disruptions in Israel's air deterrent could influence broader shipping routes in the Red Sea and Mediterranean, potentially impacting oil and natural gas transit. Diplomatically, pressure mounted in the UN Security Council, with emergency consultations called to assess escalation risks. U.S. lawmakers debated potential authorization of additional military aid and intelligence sharing, while the Biden administration convened National Security Council meetings to coordinate with Israeli counterparts. Domestic political response in the United States highlighted concerns over regional stability and defense readiness, amplifying partisan discourse on foreign policy and military investment. Each layer of consequence compounds the previous, illustrating the fragile interconnection between military action, regional politics, and global economics. Iran maintains that the Fath 360 strike successfully disabled key Israeli air assets, demonstrating regional deterrence capability. Israeli authorities maintain that the impact, while significant, reflects vulnerabilities that can be mitigated through rapid repair and strategic recalibration. Between these narratives, the fragile balance of air power, deterrence, and regional influence remains under pressure. Analysts noted that the strike could trigger a reassessment of defensive deployments across the Middle East, affecting strategic decisions from Riyadh to Washington. Observers also highlighted the potential for accelerated arms acquisitions, joint exercises, and cross-border intelligence sharing among allied nations. At the same time, the incident underscores the unpredictability of missile saturation strategies and the need for multi-layered defense planning. Will this strike remain an isolated incident, or is it the beginning of something far larger? Stay tuned for further updates as this situation continues to develop. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the latest dramatic geopolitical developments shaping the world.